Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you a tips to look after your hair video. If there's one thing I get questions about the most, it is my hair. So I thought I'd do a hair tips video on how to look after your hair, but then also a video on hair growth and the best ways to maintain your hair to get it quite long. So firstly, yes, my hair is all of my own, and genetics do play a massive part in hair, but there's a lot you can do to look after your hair and to help it grow. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know I'm currently trialing some products out for you, which I will show you in a video coming in September. Today's video is in partnership with a company called Lily Silk. They specialise in silk products. So you may or may not know that sleeping on a silk pillowcase is not only great for your skin, but it's incredible for your hair. If you've never slept on a silk pillowcase, this is going to be a game changer for your hair and for your skin. This one is by Lily Silk. I chose the white ones. I always try to have white bedding just because it makes me feel super clean and super fresh. So the benefit of sleeping on a silk pillowcase for your face and for your hair is for a very similar reason. We've all been there when we woke up in the mornings and we've got these creases down our face like we've slept on a waffle maker, and it's usually from the material that you're sleeping on. Silk pillowcases do not do that to you, so not only are they beneficial for your skin, you're also not creating any friction on your hair. We all toss and turn at night. I'm like a crocodile. I roll over. I even recorded my sleep once and I rolled over 14 times in the night, so my hair would definitely suffer, especially as I have bleach in it. So a silk pillowcase is going to be your best friend at night. It's great for your skin. Oh, I might just go take a nap now actually. Another benefit to a silk pillowcase that I remember reading once upon a time was that cotton or other materials would absorb the moisture from your hair, whereas a silk pillowcase doesn't do that. So it's definitely great for those of you that have drier hair or dry scalp. Sleeping on a silk pillowcase is going to leave the hydration where it needs to be. These ones by Lily Silk are beautifully made. They come in different sizes. I have a standard size and it's so soft and silky. So they do lingerie, they do clothing, pillowcases, they do a variety of different products all in silk. I've got the V-neck silk camisole, which has the double strap and it actually crisscrosses at the back, which I'll show you. It's really pretty and quite sexy actually. Looks beautiful with a pair of jeans, which I'm wearing now. And in case you're wondering, the size I picked up is an extra small, which is a size 8 in the UK. So when my hair's curled, I will sleep with it up above the pillow. But when my hair's just kind of straight or I've washed it, then I leave it down. And that is another benefit to having a silk pillowcase, is because it doesn't create frizz. It stops breakages because it's super smooth. The hair just glides over it rather than creating friction. That leads me on to my next tip, scrunchies. I always use a scrunchie whenever my hair's curled. As you know, I do love a heatless curl technique, and when I've curled my hair using my rope tie, on screen for you now, or I have plaited my hair up to help me maintain that style at night, I like to sleep with my hair over the pillow so I'm not sort of rolling around on the hair and sort of changing the shape that I've already put into the hair. One of the best products for this method is a scrunchie. This is a silk scrunchie from Lily Silk. So we've got a very small one, we've got a slightly larger one which has a bigger silk ruffle, and then I think these two might be the same size. I love to use the silk scrunchies on my hair because they don't leave an indentation and the silk material prevents snagging. If you're using something very small, how often have you removed it and there's a bunch of hair on the inside of it? Something like this where it's wrapped in silk is amazing for your hair because you're not going to create all that snagging. And when I sleep with it in my hair, I like to just put it up to around my crown, and then I only wrap it twice, but it holds the hair up and I can sleep with it over the pillow like that, and it's not going to ruin the style that I've put into my hair. When I take it down in the morning after sleeping on it, I don't have an indentation and it hasn't ruined the style that I've put into my hair, and I haven't got any breakages or snags. I've got no loose hairs hanging out of my scrunchie. And they're brilliant. So these come in a couple of different colours. I will link them all below for you, including the camisole and the pillowcases. Lily Silk often have discount codes on their website, but you can use the code SCOT12 for an additional 12% off, and that will deduct it off of all the products in your cart. A couple of other versions of hair toggles or hair ties that I'm a fan of for not snagging or tearing or creating split ends or friction on your hair are these little silicone ones. Because it does have these tiny little loops in between, the hair can sit in between it and it doesn't create an indentation. If you need to temporarily tie it back and you don't want to ruin the style, these are fabulous. Another one that I've been a fan of for years, and you've seen it in one of my hair tutorials, which again I will link on screen for you, another heatless tutorial, is the hair bungee. So this is the bungee cord. This is what it looks like. Great tiny little invention. Often you'll see hairstylists take an ordinary hair tie and put a bobby pin in either side. This side will go into the hair, which then they'll wrap around the ponytail and then secure it with this side. This is exactly the same, but it's all on one already made hair tie. Once you've got your hair ready to tie, you take one side of the bungee, which is a tiny little hook, which is really handy because you just pop it in automatically like a fish hook, secure around some of your hair. You then wrap band around your ponytail, taking the hook that's on the opposite side, if you can just about see it, you literally just lay it over your hair and it again will work like a fish hook and automatically secure into a part of your hair and it will hold it for you. There's no snagging with that because as you can see it literally just pops back out when you undo it and hooks out of your hair. No breakages and no snagging. It's really good, and these are really affordable. This one's for those of you that have either thick hair or long hair and you know that the idea of washing your hair and tackling it is a bit of a daunting task. One of the things I used to do in school a lot when I was kind of training my hair to be less greasy is to wash it less often. The more you strip the natural oils away from your hair by washing it with shampoo, the more your hair's going to want to produce oil. The reason for that is it protects your scalp and it nourishes your hair. What got me through days of working and going to school or staying over a friend's house and not wanting to have to tackle your hair, one thing I always used to do was to wash my fringe and do something with an updo to get the majority of the hair off my face. It really does work a treat. So for example, if my hair was dirty, it's not because I washed it this morning, but I would take my fringe, just this section here, I would give that a wash, and then I would take this part of my hair, blast it with some dry shampoo, and then we're going to twist the hair like so into a bun. Just pull out a couple of little bits so it looks a bit stylish, tweak the root so it's got a bit of volume, because even if it's greasy it can still get a little bit of volume. You can also use talcum powder if you don't have dry shampoo. Anything that's kind of powdery will absorb oil, and you can do this with only 2 bobby pins. All you're going to do is place it at the top of your bun where it meets the scalp, and then take your second bobby pin and crisscross it over the first one, and that's going to hold your bun in place like so. Then you can simply wash your fringe over the sink, give it a little blow dry, sort of stylish bun and fringe, because then it looks like you've washed it and it looks fresh, but actually, you know, your hair's greasy from behind but no one can see that. So this is a nice little way. You can also just put a little curl in your fringe to give it some shape. Literally 2 bobby pins, twist the hair up, wash the fringe, done. Decided to leave my hair up because it's like 50 degrees. When it comes to dry shampoo, you need to pick the right one for your hair type. I don't really need texture because I've got quite a lot of hair and it's very pliable because it also has bleach in it. I don't need the dry shampoo to do more for me other than absorb oil and give me a nice fresh fragrance. If you have fine hair, then you want something that's going to absorb oil but also give you texture. These are 2 of my favourites. This is not sponsored. These are just 2 of my favourites. This one is called First Class. It is by IGK. This is a charcoal detox dry shampoo. This is the most heavy duty version I've ever come across. It smells absolutely incredible, and this is the sort of one that I would blast my hair with if I wanted a really cool updo with lots of texture to the root. So this one, if you have fine hair and you want to do an updo or you want curls with some volume in, then this is going to be brilliant at the root of your hair. Whereas my go-to on a daily basis for all hair types would be the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo. This comes in a jumbo form. This one actually absorbs oil, so it kind of cleans your hair as well as leaving it free from sweat and odour and oils. It's lovely. So as you know, I'm a massive fan of heatless curls, waves, anything that kind of prevents damage to the hair. And I will link the playlist for you of my favourite heatless curls in case you want to give them a go. If you're somebody that uses a tong but feels like your hair always falls out quite early, or you want to do a heatless style but it doesn't last very long, then I cannot recommend this product enough. It's one I've used in my kit since maybe 15 years ago. It's had a few revamps in the past. It looks completely different to how it did when I first had it. This is by L'Oreal. It is the Tecni.ART Thermo Modeling Spray called Pli. This is a product that you would spritz into the hair before applying heat. Now, whether that be in the form of a curling wand or a hairdryer, so if you're doing the kind of heatless curls or the robe curls but your hair tends to fall out quite easily, it doesn't last very long, apply this to your hair first, style it in the robe, and then apply some heat just from the hairdryer. It doesn't have to be super hot, it just needs to activate the product. So this will work as a setting spray. It's actually that good that if you use it on extensions and stuff, it's a little bit too strong. I remember doing it on a client once and she had a full head of new hair extensions and her hair never held curls. So we used this and she ended up looking like the Cowardly Lion because it just took so well and it lasted until she washed it out. So this stuff is really incredible. Can't recommend it enough. A little tip for those of you that do not like to sleep with your hair down, you know, you feel like it's long, you get tangled in it, ends up under your armpit, wrap around your neck. To be able to maintain your style is to wrap it like this in a bun. Wrap the hair around in a little kind of twist, wrap it up like I've done here, and pin it. The heat from your body and your sleeping is going to help to set that style in your hair. So when you take it down, you'll have a beautiful swirl pattern to your hair. If it's already pre-styled, then this is going to prevent that from falling out. And going back to our first tip of sleeping on a silk pillowcase, you're not creating any friction, so you're not going to ruin that style and it's less likely to fall out. Another hair tip I have for you is to detangle your hair in the shower. So when you've got your conditioner in or a hair mask, use a tangle teaser in the shower underneath the water. Once your hair mask or your conditioner's done its thing, put your hair underneath the running water and start at the bottom of your hair. If you start at the top, you're pulling a knot all the way down and creating more of a knot as it tangles towards the bottom, which is harder to remove. So always start at the bottom, get rid of the initial tangle, go into the middle, get rid of that tangle, work your way up, and that will get rid of all of your tangles in the shower. It's something you don't have to tackle when your hair's out. It's done and dusted and it makes your life that much easier. And also it doesn't go down the plug hole because you catch it all in this and you can throw it in the bin, and you know what that's like if you've got long hair. This one is actually by Tangle Teaser. My sister bought it for me Christmas time. She also got herself one because we've both got long hair, so this is amazing in the shower. If you find your hair is particularly tangly and you know you don't have the money to go out and buy a ton of detangling products, you can use natural products such as coconut oil or almond oil, and you can do that before you go in the shower. So apply it to your hair before you shampoo, get it all in there, let it soften, work it through your Tangle Teaser. Then you can shampoo and conditioner. You can even use a tiny amount of it as a bit of a hair oil afterwards, but be careful because a little bit too much can definitely still make your hair look greasy afterwards. A tip for creating volume to your hair. Not only do I recommend using a mousse in your hair rather than a hairspray. Hairspray tends to make the hair quite tacky, which can then lead to your hair lifting and being like this, where it just, you know, starts to look a bit untidy. Mousse is like a flexible hairspray that you can mould, and once you apply heat to it as well, it's really good because it becomes a little bit, I want to say crispy, which sounds awful. Initially it becomes crispy, but then you can comb it out and it will hold that style so much better because it's got a product in. Products alone aren't the only thing that can help you get volume. Using your hairdryer and your hair upside down, which I do all the time, is a great way to really add some volume to the root of your hair. If you blow dry it upside down, you're not flattening the hair. Blow dry your hair in the opposite direction. My fringe naturally grows that way, so I'll blow dry it that way, and then when I throw it over, I get more lift like that rather than it laying like that. Another thing I like to do is wash my hair in warm water, not hot water and not cold water. The warm water opens up the cuticle of the hair, so it's more open to absorbing products that you're putting in, such as hair oils, and it gets it really, really clean. You don't tend to take something that's greasy like a plate and expect the grease to go when you're washing it under cold water. So you shouldn't also wash your face in hot water, it should be tepid. So those are some of my hair tips for looking after your hair and also maintaining it and making the most of it. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what your favourite tip was in the comment section below. Don't forget to take advantage of the Lily Silk discount code. That is Scott12 for an extra 12% off of their website, off of your entire cart. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please give this short a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new to my channel. All the products I've mentioned will be listed and linked below. Thank you for watching and I will see you next week.